Yesterday, I went to the charity shop buy and with my roommate and she buy some books and I buy some books. This book, Shaman Experience. Why I buy this book because my great grandmother is kind of doing that to summon the souls to in the rituals. So I think that is very cool. I think before the commun education of Communist Party, I I almost relied much on this natural instinct to make me much better than other people. Otherwise, all the things that I learned from my schooling is useless at all. Every people can get this schooling, and many people can get better than me. And I really love this book because this book is very um, makes me to realize the natural instinct that we have in ourselves and teaches us to how to heal our healings and also about discover the selves and also about how to learn from these power animals, all kinds of animals of their culture, of their abilities, and these animals are so distant. I think humans or mostly they have contact with dogs and cats, but other animals they know very little. And this book is so magical, makes me uh, um, uh, think so deeply about the animals. I think yesterday I read the power animals, and today I would like to continue to read about this communicating with the selves. The human beings, our human beings is combined with four selves: the physical self, the emotional self, mental self, and the spiritual self. Physical self is your body, and these cells are what call it the spirituals. The human self is fashioned by concepts. Wow, this is so interesting book. I love it. I really love it very much. Like this one, the earth plan in order to cultivate your spirit or your original authentic self, the spirit choose your body you are in. In reality, your conscious human self is not the physical body, or the emotions or the human mind. It is the energy of the higher self experiencing the solution, the evolution of the spirit within the human body on the physical plane of the earth. The hidden self looks upon the human self as a creator and master architect of the life experience. It carries out whatever it regards as instruction or command, just as an obedient child will carry out the wishes of a loving parent. The hidden self thinks literally, not logically and analytically, and it cannot discern between fact and fiction. This needs to be borne in mind when endeavoring to communicate directly with it. The body self or spirit is in a state of constant awareness, even if, yeah, sometimes it is sometimes your mind is closed, but the body self is in constant awareness. But I don't think so. But when you sleep, I don't think that is you are aware what will happen, right? So it's not a completely scientifically strictly correct, but it is very inspiring. It will inspire you to catch the natural, that instinctive power that you have, not to not to always to seek outside the logic things. Even if the human self is asleep or innocent, it will continue to keep the physical body functioning because it recognizes and accepts its responsibility of being in charge of the physical existence of the human being. The higher self is a more spiritual involved aspect of being, the divinity within, the inner sight, the inner light, the God light like self, the fount of illumination and enlightenment. I stated earlier that the center of awareness is a higher self, is above, where it acts as an overseer of the life on earth. Illumination comes with the realization that the higher self is required to be brought down, as it were, to live inside us and to interact with the human self, or become its active and conscious influence through the life experience. Does such a concept negate prayers? Knowledge in space all around us is not emptiness but itself substance through which movement and change is enabled to take place and communication possible. The language of communication with the spirit and with the spirit essences of other energy systems is essentially visual and telepathic. The prayer of shaman and shamaness is not so much words, a visualization and clarity of intention with consciously charged with bioenergy through drumming, rattling, and chanting. One way of conscious contact is the other self through the altered state of awareness, journey to upper world of superconscious reality. Making contact with the higher self is through a vision quest, pilgrim of a personal spot on the purpose of receiving instruction regarding one's intended life purpose. In bygone days, reaching puberty were encouraged to seek out a fortune of their future. Those of us brought up in modern society should not embark upon such an arduous task without proper training. I don't need any training. The vision quest, the first consideration is to determine the actual purpose of the quest, since your chosen location may be some distance from home. So this is very specific things, but I really like those spiritual things that he can tell me. You may be fortunate through the peace and stillness of shamanic time. A sudden flash of illumination may come into your mind. You will recognize it when it happens because with it comes the realization of the purpose of your quest. You may be even more fortunate and be granted a visionary experience. So suddenly a spark comes, an inspiration comes, divination to see how energies are moving into the future. The technique makes contact with the higher self, which has an overview of the life of the person it guards and guides. Divination enables, so the higher self is a God. God, an higher overview of the person of the person you are. I think you are maybe a person like me. I can smile to my mom. I can give money to my mom and I can be nice to her, be kinder to her. But my higher self is very different from my mom. My mom is very typical, very evil Chinese, very selfish. Whenever you get close to Chinese, they would think all kinds of things to do harm to you, to take advantage to you. And I am not that kind of person. So my higher self is very, very different from my mom. So we can't get together. Shaman understand that this energy pattern. So I am in very completely different energy pattern with my mom. Prayer, as mentioned earlier, is a superstition or request to a higher being. Superstitious and soul level, and it is not possible to communicate. I think the higher self is sometimes you will be encouraged by someone who has similar spiritual as you, but I think it is born and I think it is born from my father's because my father despised my mom as well. So I tried some effort to make connection with my father's genealogy, and so that makes me think about my great grandmother who used to do a job such as someone's job to second the souls in the rituals. I think it is largely determined by your genealogy and then if environment encourages it and it will develop further and to its full-fledged. Raising the vibrational stage is another way of experiencing access to the higher self. Vibration raising, you can do this by using the power of imagination to immerse yourself in a flow of light that cascades around you and described in exercise. Contact with the hidden self. We always seek confirmation from other people. And my mom realized that I always seek confirmation from her. She would always shout at me. I feel so shame about that. Such woman is so bad, right? Whenever I think only idiot would seek confirmation from a person like my mom. The hidden self is a separate intelligence within a trinity of consciousness, and by recognizing it as such, it is possible to bring these levels of awareness into alignment and so vastly increase your range of awareness. In order to make real changes in your life, it is necessary to erase older energy patterns on which the hidden self bases its actions and to replace it with new ones. This is so important. Oh, someone is watching. No, no one is watching.